Hey, so on Friday I was taking a lunch break and I got a text from my friend Steve that was like, hey Evan, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, I'm not doing anything. So he was like, that's it, I'm booking you flights, you're coming to Tea in the Park, a big festival in Scotland. I was like, okay, here I am at Tea in the Park. As you can see, I've never been to a British festival before, but I'm really excited. However, what am I doing right now? Talking to a camera. Priorities. Gotta have a new video every Sunday. So because as soon as I'm done filming this, I'm gonna go to all the concerts I can, I figured, why don't we just have a sit and chat about music? Now, I'm definitely gonna be showing my age here, but the first time I can remember actively listening to music was when I would ask my mom to buy me some cassettes of 80s pop songs, just to listen to in my cassette player. The only song out of this era of my life that I can remember is a song that went, boom, 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 let me hear say, way-oh. Well, there was a viral video about it a couple years ago, and I was like, oh my god, I remember that song. For the most part, the only music I listened to going into adolescence was video game music. Like, I couldn't name any songs from Pink Floyd, any pop songs, anything like that, but if you were like, do you know any songs by Yasunori Mitsuda or Yoko Shimomura? I'd be like, yeah, all of them. When I got my first iPod at around 16, I really didn't know what to put on it, so I ended up doing what any teenage white boy would do. I filled it with Weird Al Yankovic and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge. Around this time, I started messing with LimeWire to find new music, and don't judge me, okay? We've all used it. We've all downloaded LimeWire Pro from LimeWire. Except one time I remember trying to download the Snow Patrol song on LimeWire, and when I got it, I put on my earphones, and like the first 10 seconds was really quiet, so I turned the volume all the way up. And then right at that point, just really high-pitched scream, and it felt like my ears were gonna bleed, and I was like, ah! What? That's my fault. I shouldn't have used LimeWire in the first place. And you know what? I hear they're not even around anymore because they got a torrential amount of lawsuits. So, the first band that ever got me into listening to other music was Relient K. I feel like it's because when I first downloaded one of their albums, I was like, oh, I like every single song on this album. That's interesting. So I ended up buying all their albums. I ended up going to their shows and listening to the people that opened for them and going, wow, I really like this band. That's how I found De Estelle in Barcelona. I ended up hearing Owl City Fireflies on the radio one time, and I was like, oh my god, I love this song so much, to one of my best friends, and she was like, of course you like this, it sounds just like the lead singer of Relient K. Funny enough, he sang on that song. I didn't even know. So I was like really obsessed with that band at the time. But to this day, Relient K's album Forget Not So Down is one of my all-time favorite albums of all time. Because that thing came out within like 2 weeks of me breaking up with my girlfriend, and the album is a breakup album, but every single song spoke to me, and the lyrics were beautiful. And to this day, I listen to that final song and this one point, and I will cry. That's just it. I can't help it. It's really emotional album. At one point, this girl I knew from Daily Booth, who I ended up meeting at my first VidCon, introduced me to Jack's Mannequin, and that sent me into a frenzy where I had to find everything and anything that Andrew McMahon of Jack's Mannequin had ever sung in, because I just love it. Andrew McMahon is the only lyricist I've ever known that made lyrics good enough that I'd want to have on my arm. Like, I don't even consider tattoos a thing for me, but with his lyrics, I was like, yeah, I'd get that. So Jack's Mannequin's album, Everything in Transit, is one of my all-time favorite albums. I've listened to it every single time I've flown across the sea back to America because it represents travel so much to me. And it holds so much bearing to me that I just remember one of my last days in the US before flying over to move to the UK. I was blasting Everything in Transit, driving past the vineyards, and I was just crying. I didn't know why, but it was just such a big change in my life. The travel and the moving and everything in transit, and I was in transit, and that album kind of just helped me a lot. One of my biggest regrets in life is not going to see Kesha headline when she was playing at my university, because at that point I had one of those personalities where I'm like, oh, I hate pop music. People that like pop music suck. No, excuse me, no one likes that guy. Don't be that guy. No, pop music is great. That's why it's popular. That's the whole point of pop music. But I had one of those annoying personalities, so I didn't go. And then when I started just, listening to some Kesha, ironically, I realized, holy crap, this stuff is so good. I'm so into it. It's so catchy. And then through her, I found Carly Rae Jepsen, where I listened to her whole album, and I was like, ah, that's so good. And now I like pop music, okay? Every song is a tune. It's British, okay? I'm trying to blend in here. Don't let them hurt me. Another really big regret I have about music is I feel like I was the last person to start listening to Fall Out Boy. Like, where was everyone? Why didn't anyone tell me how great they were? I remember hearing them for the first time at one of my friend's Sweet 16 parties, and Sugar We're Going Down came on, and I was going, what the heck is he even saying? Just learned recently he's not going down in a merry-go-round, so there's that. Doesn't make sense anyway, does it? my fancy dream, my fancy dream. But I still love Fall Out Boy despite the fact that I couldn't tell you my favorite song by them just because I know how it goes, but there's no way I could remember that freaking title. It goes on for ages. Now, I know my favorite album is roughly either Foley Ado or Save Rock and Roll. I just really like them as albums, but I know a lot of you are gonna be like, Cork Tree, old stuff. I'm like, okay, we all have different tastes in music, it's okay. Put a cork in it. That was bad. So that's why I'm at this festival. I just really want to find some new music, and that's why I have to ask you, what is your favorite album? Like, what album just gets you? I know a lot of people have been asking me to listen to 21 Pilots, and I haven't really given them a chance yet. I've listened to a ukulele cover they did, and I was like, dude, that guy's voice is amazing. But besides that, I haven't gotten into it. So what albums from any band that, like, you love should I download? Should I start listening to? Because I just really need some new music. Also, if you like this sit and chat video, then give it a like below. Other than that, I've got a concert to go to, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next Sunday. Goodbye. I'm surprised I've lasted this long without anyone interrupting me.